So my beginning recording didn't actually happen, so I'll just show you here. So you'll need roving, which is made from wool. It's just wool that hasn't been made into yarn or something else. And then you'll also need a felting needle. And let's see if we can get it to focus on there. So it's a little hard to see, but there are barbs on the felting needle, and those catch the hairs of the wool so that they tangle together, and that is how you are felting in this process. So you will also need a pad that you can protect the surface you're working on. You can use a pillow or towels. It's not as good as upholstery foam, or even foam that may come in a refrigerated or cooled packet from mailer. So basically, all you have to do is just stab the felt, and you'll be seeing this process in the rest of the video. If you roll it in the beginning, that kind of helps you get that beginning shape without having to do as much work. Also, when it comes to the pad, you don't want something that you really like, because you will get little pieces of felt stuck in it. So eventually you'll have to either clean it out or use something else. They have handles for some of the needle felting needles. They also tend to come in packages of just the needle, and it looks like this. So this is pretty good bird shape right here. So the next step would be to add on the back coloring. And yes, the picture had blue, and I'm gonna go with blue also. So I can just draw how much I think I'll need. Which is actually way more than I do. And then you just kind of line it on there. Kind of looks like Sonic at this point. And you just kind of stick that on there. I could even kind of compress it a little bit first before I put it on there. I really want to add a tail on after this point. So it'll be a little bluebird. Maybe I'll even add some pink to its belly. So it's kind of like skinning it, putting a skin on top. So something you can do to kind of keep this edge clean is you can pull over the colors and then push them in. if there's just like stray pieces. And you can make definite lines by stabbing the needle in a lot more in that same area. Now that I kind of have that in there, I'm gonna start working on a tail. And rolling it kind of helps you get that already compacted shape. You don't have to work as much to put it together. I rolled it in the beginning too to help with that shape. And I'm gonna add like a pink belly to it, kind of like those southern bluebirds have. But really, you could make any bird there is if you have the colors for it. And then I actually got the bottom pretty good to sit upright. If it doesn't end up sitting right, you can always poke it some more to make it a little stiffer. That bottom shape. That's pretty good. Oh, and this will be a cute little spring decoration. So then we're on to the next part of the bird, and that's the wings. So I'm gonna roll again, and actually I think I got way too much for a wing. I probably want to make sure they're about the same size. Yeah, that'll be nice. So just like before, we'll shape it. They do have other ones hold multiple needles so that you can do larger spaces at a time. That's more useful for like big projects.
So what would be a good like starting project, Kara? Like this bird, could I start with that?
You could. This was my first project right here.
The penguin, okay.
Because it's kind of just like you can shape, and then you just add a couple things if you're feeling ambitious.
Okay.
And then like with this, I could continue to move this stuff down to get a different shape. So like once you get your other colors on there, you can reshape them by kind of pushing it forward like that. Or you can clean up the lines, pushing it back. Gnome is also a beginner project too, because it's just the round shape, and then you make your hat, which is basically the cone, and then you put the shoe on. You put the nose, which is around, and you stick some beard on there. Some beard, or this is actually a different kind of wool right here. This is Lincoln. So the Lincoln sheep has curly wool that if you work with it a lot, it's gonna lose its shape, but if you just kind of lightly put it in there, it'll keep that nice curly fun shape.
That is fun.
You can get them in natural colors or you can get them dyed too. You can also, with the roving, if it's rough, that's actually really good felting roving. The more natural it is, it tends to felt better. Nice and soft, it doesn't felt as well. And over time, also, your needle will get dull. If you've done a lot of projects with the same needle, you'll want to switch. And they can also break off while you're using them. Actually, this one has a needle in it that I could not remove. It just is in there. So. And to add the wing, I just poke into the main body where the wing's at. Spot that I kind of indented too much, so I can fluff that back out. Careful not to put too much pressure on it because it can break. So now we can work on a face for our bird. For the details, if the face isn't hard enough, it's going to be hard to attach it. match the eye. So you can either do like on the side more. Yeah, I like where that's located. And then I'm just gonna stab it in. Stab it through the eyeball. So this is a good craft if you enjoy stabbing things.
Anger management.
And just a little push back from doing that, so I'm just going to push it a little forward by pulling a little through its skull. And then I got some blue. There we go. And then I just need to repeat it on the other side. But it's coming along real cute. It's actually cuter than the one that they had in the PDF.
Of course it is. You made it.
Well, theirs isn't so round, and I like round, cute things.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, with the little things, sometimes I just take and kind of hold it and push it back and forth on the needle. Because it's so small, it gets jammed into the foam. Now I'll line it up on the other side.
We get the explanation of benefits. That was not a bill. That was like 140. That was for prior test.
And we've got a face. And actually, this one looks like it's a little farther over, so I can actually pull it. Just shaping it to be a little more even. And that's the great thing about needle felting is, like, if you don't like where something's located, you can pretty much just push it with your needle around. Say I want the nose to be further down, I would just keep pushing it and then it'd go. I like where it's at. Now, I think I actually want to add a little bit of a different blue, just a bit, so it has a variation of color. I'm just going to do that like right down the back. Putting some up top. And you can be as creative as you want with needle felting. Use as much color as you want. Or just, you could even go natural and realistic. There are some like really amazing ones I've seen that people have created things that look lifelike. I have given this bird a mullet. We'll just fix that a little. Yeah, and you can probably do this with cat hair because that felts up, and even moxie hair.
Yeah, right.
You could dye it with like Kool-Aid and then or other natural dye. Just be finding the needle during this time. And I keep pulling it out of frame. So I'm just fixing the top where he had the hugest forehead ever. Adding in a little color. Some variation to his markings. I'm gonna run that down his back even. It's got some blue and green in here actually. Camera doesn't really pick it up a whole lot. I'll have to take a picture and put it on our Instagram. That way you can see the color a little better. So the last thing I'm doing is just adding a little bit of pink to the cheeks, just like in the picture, because it's cute. So we've got our cute little bird all finished, or I can make more changes if I want in the future, just depends.